Let's talk angles. Don't panic, I don't mean trigonometry, it's not that sort of place. I mean finding an angle for your book that's so sharp it will spear readers right through the heart. Yeah, a bit aggressive, but if you want to sell books, you got to be aggressive.
No fluff writing advice. Cut the fluff!
Although being 100% original is damn near impossible, I'm not saying you shouldn't try, but in an oversaturated market, a market that's utterly drenched in content, identifying your unique angle is critical. What's the big standout point of difference about your book that will draw readers in? In a flooded market, you need to ensure your book floats to the top. For example, in 2012, did we really need another zombie story? It seemed like the answer was no. The Walking Dead was all the rage, there were countless zombie movies, plenty of books on the topic. Surely we didn't need another one. Apparently, Hugh Howey disagreed, hitting us with I, Zombie, a novel written from the perspective of the zombies. Whoa, maybe zombies are just misunderstood. Maybe we should cut them some slack. Maybe they deserve love. Ugh, there's a unique and disturbing angle. Let's not go there. Even though the zombie perspective angle is simple and even obvious, it was sharp enough to spear a lot of readers. I'm a proud and willing victim of Hugh Howey's sharp-angled spear. Great spear work, Hugh Howey. Double H. That just sounds like the budget version of the wrestler Triple H. Maybe it's time to spring for another H, Hugh. Hugh Hammer Time Howie. I like it. Then there's a self-development space. It's a beyond saturated market, super saturated perhaps, super soaked, sopping wet at the very least. Seriously, how many more self-help books do we need? Oh, we're far from done. But the ones that do well approach the topic from an interesting angle. Even if they are just saying the same thing in a different way, it can be as simple as a compelling theme or a fresh method of delivering a previously stale message. Think Mark Manson's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***. Look, I feel like this book gets over-mentioned, but it was successful for a reason. It was bold and provocative. It put a fresh and compelling spin on a stale and overdone topic. You would think that any book launched into the churning seas of the self-help market where it's about as wet as it gets would just sink to the bottom, never to be seen or read. But it's not the case. Just chuck a naughty word on the cover and you're all good. With the right angle, not a right angle, more like an acute angle. No, we're not doing trigonometry, but with the right acute angle, your book will catch readers' attention. If the angle's sharp enough, you'll poke them right in the eye. That's a good thing. It's what they want, an eye-poking angle to get their attention. When I wrote my fantasy novel, Demonology and the Art of Pickling Demons, I wanted to write a demon possession story. Really, another one? Isn't that a bit overdone? Yeah, but what if we pickle some demons? What am I even talking about? What does that even mean? I don't know. I think there's something wrong with me. Regardless, the idea of pickling demons was a unique angle that, as far as I could tell, no one had ever used before. And there might be a good reason for that. My point is, your unique angle doesn't need to be some grand, complicated concept. It could be as simple as a fresh and compelling magic system, an intriguing viewpoint character, or a weird gimmick like, I don't know, pickling ghosts. Oh, now there's an idea.